make it. Too many people, they don't let me down, but I keep it real, no time for hating. I'm always on that PC trying to shape my sound. See, I'm just trying to make it. I've got some people I cannot let it down. Aiming for the top of the mountain. Not there yet, but I've left the ground. Oh, I've left the ground. I'm just trying to make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah. Make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah. Oh, I've left the ground. I'm just trying to make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah. Make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah.
They say I'm a big dog, I make all my niggas better. I feel like I'm Chris Paul. I serve all the purest cocaine, don't need no fentanyl. He faking this persona for the bitches, call him Rick Ross. While I fuck on your bitch right by the door, I told her get lost. I see cash up in my sleep like Trader Visionary. I keep sticks up on my side, got more than the military. Got up in that pussy, leave it creamy, Ben and Jerry's. Take off like a jet, I'm feeling like I'm Jason Terry. These niggas hate it, but these bitches love the way I'm shining though. I might get 100 years if the police find a dope. Screaming for my baby mama, cause I found a finer hoe. I done put my bitch.
Hey man, welcome back, y'all, to another one. I'm gonna try to turn my camera on, but StreamYard been acting funny, y'all. So we gonna see. Y'all gonna have to let me know if it's going in and out. But it's doing some little glitchy shit. So I don't know if y'all can see that, but I know I can see it over here on my side. So we gonna try to see. Yeah, y'all can see that, man. We might have to go without the camera tonight. We're gonna try to roll right here for a second. But real quick before we even get started, man, let me go ahead and get my Otis up in here. Otis! Tell them people, tell them. All right now, man. I appreciate everybody tuning back in today, man. Y'all know it's a J Talk Sports episode night, so we got to cover these sports real quick. Like we're gonna get into it and try to make something shape, try to make it look good. But on your way in, as usual, I need y'all to do a boy a favor, as usual. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share, turn them noties on, all that in the bag of chips. Make sure you click all when you hit them noties. And make sure if you're not subscribed over to the J Talk Sports channel on YouTube, go over there and sub up, because when the football season kick off, We just strictly over there, y'all. Like a lot of people gonna be wondering, well, like, ain't he doing a show on Tuesday? And it's like, yeah, it's gonna be on J Talk Sports. So y'all make sure y'all come over here and support your boy. Subscribe up. If y'all saw the title, y'all will know what we're gonna cover tonight. And this was actually a video that I was supposed to cover last week, y'all. But I don't think I got to it because, life. But besides from that, we're going to be talking about some NFL records, y'all. And I'm talking about some unbreakable NFL records. I'm talking about records that ain't nobody most likely going to ever break. And if they do break it, you need to go ahead and give them the MVP ahead of time. And I'm talking about on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. And if y'all can hear some rain or anything like that, I'll just want to let y'all know it's storming over here on my side. That's probably why my camera had fun. Let's try the camera again. Still doing it. I just don't even understand why it's doing that shit. I really don't. But StreamYard, y'all fix that. But either way, though, y'all, we about to go ahead and get into it. Let me get off screen again. Let's go ahead and get into it. So get your cigarettes, get your weed, get whatever you need. We about to go ahead and get it popping. And shout out to the channel Football Explainer, y'all. Shout out to him. He actually broke this down and put together a nice little video, and we are going to react to it. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into that thing, man. Let's see what he's talking about.
Most passing touchdowns in a single game, 7. On the surface, 7 touchdowns in one game doesn't sound that crazy. In an era where offenses are passing more than ever, and quarterbacks are throwing for 5,000-yard seasons like it's a hobby, you'd think this record would fall once a season. But it hasn't. It's been tied 8 times. Legends like Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, and Joe Kapp, if you know, you know, have all done it. Even Nick Foles did it. But no one has ever hit 8. Why? Because coaches ease off the gas. Teams play conservative when they're up big. You throw 5 touchdowns and people start tweeting GOAT emojis. You throw 6, and the backup is already warming up. Defenses today are built to adapt. So yeah, someone might tie this again. But break it? Probably never. Most rushing yards in a single game, 296, Adrian Peterson. Let's paint the scene. It's 2007. Rookie Adrian Peterson walks into a game against the Chargers and absolutely loses his mind. 296 yards, no overtime, no tricks, just raw speed, vision, and violent, angry running. He didn't run like he was playing football. He ran like the ball owed him money, and the Chargers had no answers. What makes this record unbreakable isn't just the number, it's how the position has changed. Running backs today don't get enough touches. They split carries. They're used in the pass game. If someone runs for 150 yards now, they're practically getting a game ball and a post on the team Instagram. To break Peterson's record, a back would need 30+ carries, a defense made of cardboard, and an offensive coordinator who refuses to throw the ball no matter what. And that just doesn't exist anymore. Unless we go back in time, or Adrian Peterson comes out of retirement for one last game. Most receiving yards.
Y'all got to really think about that, man. AP, man, as a rookie, came in and set the single game rushing record, man. That's crazy, man. A rookie came in, and usually that's who normally is the ones that are going to actually set the record, man. They fresh out of college. The NFL's not game planning for them. They don't know they real running style for real. You only can really know somebody for real once you play against them, because you can see anything on film, but it's different playing up against them. And yeah, y'all see it's still doing all that glitching shit. I don't know why it's doing that dumbass shit, man. StreamYard, y'all need to fix that, man, or give me some of my money back. But it's going to be really hard for a running back in today's game to actually do it. Like, the only person I can see even coming close to it right now, the way their offense is set up, is somebody like maybe a Derrick Henry, but he's getting older. So it's going to have to be a team that doesn't have a quarterback, and they have to run the ball, but their line is really good and everybody blocks really good. But it's going to be hard to see somebody actually top that record. But let's see the receiving yards, man. We got 336 receiving yards in a game. That's some Madden numbers. That's some Madden numbers right there. Let's see who got that.
Yards in a single game, 336, Flipper Anderson. First of all, yes, that's a real person. And yes, he really dropped 336 yards in a single game back in 1989. No TikTok.
Hey, hold up. Y'all saw that, man? He dropped 336 yards on 15 receptions, and he only had 1 TD? Man, that's crazy. So he was just eating them up deep ball, and then they was either rushing it in the last second or they were throwing it to somebody else. But that's crazy. On 15 receptions, 336, he averaged 22.4. But just one touchdown. The one touchdown is the biggest thing that stick out to me. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's keep going.
Dropped 336 yards in a single game back in 1989. No TikTok, no Instagram, just vibes and deep roots. Flipper Anderson was a decent receiver with Olympic speed, but on that day, he was unstoppable. He averaged over 30 yards per catch. His quarterback couldn't miss, and the Saints secondary might as well have been ghosts. Even with overtime helping boost the numbers, it was still a perfect storm. And here's the thing, even modern legends haven't touched it. Calvin Johnson got close. So did Julio Jones. But the way NFL defenses adjust today, no receiver is getting that many deep shots without getting double-teamed, jammed, or just straight up ignored by their quarterback. This wasn't just a stat line, it was lightning in a bottle, and we probably won't see it again unless someone completely glitches the simulation. By the way, I'm going to be posting a lot here, so it would mean a lot if you subscribed and dropped.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's 336, man. You saying like, and that's some crazy players to say they couldn't even touch it, man. Oh man, not Chad. Who he said? He said Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson, bro. That's Megatron right there. He came close. Julio came close, but ain't nobody caught up to old buddy, man. That's crazy, man.
Dropped a like for the algorithm. Most sacks in a single game, 7. Derek Thomas. Derek Thomas.
Chiefs. Y'all know what it is. Let's be quiet. Y'all, let's keep watching.
Was a menace. In 1990, he lined up against the Seattle Seahawks and decided that 7 times in one game, he would sack the quarterback. And not just little pushovers either. Clean, violent, game-changing sacks. He basically built a real estate portfolio inside the Seahawks backfield. 7 sacks in one game. That's not just dominance, that's disrespect. You'd have to be in another dimension of pass rushing to replicate that today. The modern game doesn't even allow for it. Quarterbacks get the ball out faster. Offensive linemen train like MMA fighters. Holding calls are rare. The window to make contact is smaller, and if you breathe on the QB wrong, it's 15 yards and a personal apology. Most interceptions thrown in a game. 8. Jim Hardy. This record exists because the NFL used to be lawless. Back in 1950, Jim Hardy threw 8 interceptions in a single game, and he played the whole thing. That's not a bad day. That's a full collapse. Today, a quarterback throws 3 picks and the backup is doing stretches. 4 picks, you're trending on Twitter. 5, you're doing interviews about how you're learning from it. But 8, in modern football, that literally cannot happen. Not because QBs are better, but because...
Hi, man, you throw 8 interceptions in today's modern day football NFL, you probably not going to start another game. You probably have automatically lost your starting position, and your coach probably is going to get fired too. I don't see this record right here getting broken. Y'all see I'm asking y'all a question. I want to know which record y'all think has the highest probability of being broken. But this one right here, I don't see this getting broken. 8 in a game? Bro, you should have just went to another position, bro. I'm just being honest with you, bro. You should have just said, hey, look, man, I'm done. I want to be on offense, but I ain't going to throw the ball no more, bro. Let me run it or something. Like, bro, 8? That's crazy. They just let that boy die in there.
Coaches, fans, and even teammates won't let it. This record isn't unbreakable because it's hard to do. It's unbreakable because no coach would ever allow it to get that far. Jim Hardy was a different breed of problem. Most rushing yards in a season, 2,105. Eric Dickerson. Eric Dickerson ran like he was...
That boy ED. No, he had to be on the list. ED. I don't know if somebody gonna get this one, but I think this one's more likely because they play more games now, but y'all let me know.
Trying to catch a flight. And in 1984, he didn't just lead the league in rushing, he lapped it. 2,105 yards in 16 games. With a single bar helmet that looked like it belonged in a museum. What makes this record wild is that it came in an era where teams ran the ball because they had to, not because it was trendy. Dickerson was the offense. 30 carries a game. No load management, no 3-back committees. In today's NFL, no running back is getting enough touches to flirt with this number. they'll be split with a receiving back, or rested in blowouts, or rotated out to preserve their knees for the playoffs, or their next team. Derrick Henry came close, but even King Henry ran out of gas. Unless the NFL turns into a Navy offense overnight, Dickerson's record is staying right where it is, on the shelf, untouched, and still wearing goggles. Most receiving yards in a season, 1,964. Calvin Johnson.
That boy Megatron on here for something. He got one record. He can't get that other one, but he got one, y'all. Man, look, and the sad part of it, man, I wish the dude would have played longer, but I don't blame him, man. If you watch that man wave at you, man, his hand throwing up gang signs and he ain't even trying, y'all. That's how much his body got messed up. But shout out to Megatron, bro. 1,964 receiving yards in the season, bro. That's crazy. Almost 2,000, y'all.
Calvin Johnson wasn't just a receiver. He was a glitch in real life. In 2012, Megatron posted 1,964 yards in a single season. And no, this wasn't in 17 games. It was in 16. With Matthew Stafford force-feeding him the ball like it was Thanksgiving dinner, he was double-teamed, triple-teamed, bracketed, and it didn't matter. He still came down with jump balls like he was playing with magnets.
StreamYard on that whole ass shit. But shout out to my boy No Jive. Yep, gang signs. That boy throwing up West Side. But he just trying to wave at you. Let's see if this shit catch up, man. I told y'all it's storming real bad out here. I hope we don't have an incident like they had out in Texas, Lord's willing. But we'll see how this shit play out. Let me let me make it full screen, see what they do, man. Maybe it'll stop acting crazy, because this bitch is acting crazy. Tearing some shit off on the internet here, man. This shit. It's storming out here. They said it's supposed to storm all day today. And now it seems like it want to storm once I get ready to start doing something. Make that make sense. But either way, we gonna see what they do, man. It might pick back up, but I'm just let it ride, y'all.
But no one's broken it. Why? Because defenses adjust, game plans shift. Teams start calling 3-yard screens in the fourth quarter instead of taking deep shots to pad stats. Calvin had the rare combo of volume, talent, and a team bad enough to keep throwing every down. If this record ever breaks, it'll take another once-in-a-generation receiver on a team willing to abuse the stat sheet. Until then, it's Megatron's world. Most receiving touchdowns in a season, 23. Randy Moss. Let's set the stage. It's 2007.
Oh, Bubba Gump, Randy Moss out here. Man, I swear for the Lord, I had somebody tell me I sound like Randy Moss. And I said, bro, ain't no way. I don't sound that country and I don't sound that proper. But Randy Moss, bro, he was a glitch. He's a legend. I don't care. I don't care about that ring conversation. Look, dude, one of the best, if not the best. One of the best, if not the best, because I know there's some people out here that have put Randy number one. One of the best, if not the best receiver to ever lace him up and step on a football field. And if you looked at him, you wouldn't even think he's a football player. You think he played basketball.
7. Tom Brady is on a mission. Randy Moss is back from Oakland football exile and mad at the world. The Patriots are angry, surgical, and out for blood. The result? 23 touchdowns in one season by one receiver. That's not a stat. That's a nightmare for defensive coordinators. Since then, not a single player has come within 3 touchdowns of this record. Not even close. And here's the real reason it'll probably never be broken. Today's offenses are balanced. WR1s get attention, but WR2s and tight ends eat too. Teams spread the ball. Coaches don't need to force one guy the ball in the red zone anymore. In 2007, Randy Moss was the red zone. To break this, someone would need 1. A Hall of Fame QB, 2. An MVP season, and 3. A team that doesn't care about being nice, that's rare air, and Randy's still floating above it. Most sacks in a season, 22.5. Michael Strahan did it first. TJ Watt tied it.
Now, see, this is one right here that could probably get broken, y'all. This is one right here that I think that could get broken. Because TJ Watt, he's one of the newer era players. He come from that big old Watt family. And, dude, they got some rushers on that defensive side of the ball that can get back there to the quarterback, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like a Myles Garrett, I see him being as a player. Michael Parsons gonna constantly keep getting better. There are a lot of players on the defensive side that are really good at what they do. I think somebody could possibly get this one too.
But neither hit 23. And that's what makes this record brutal. because sacks are hard. You need opportunity, skill, consistency, and just enough luck to avoid getting held on every play. Strahan's record is legendary and controversial. People swear Brett Favre took a dive to give him the final sack. Watt did it legit, but in a 17-game season. So the debate rages on, but either way, the number still stands. 22.5. And that's with guys like Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Myles Garrett, all elite rushers who've never cracked it. Quarterbacks get the ball out faster now. Schemes are built to neutralize pressure. Even when you beat your man, you've got half a second to actually get to the QB before he throws it into the dirt. 22.5 is the mountaintop, and it's lonely up there. Most interceptions in a season, 14, Night Train Lane. This record is so old, the NFL still had teams called the Yanks when it was.
Hey man, shout out to Night Train. Shout out to Night Train, man. We throwing some homage back all the way back to the 1940s, y'all. We going way back with this one, bro. 1940s. Ain't nobody gonna get to this shit no more. This boy was eating on defense.
Set. Night Train Lane picked off 14 passes in one season as a rookie. He did this in an era where quarterbacks threw like they were playing darts blindfolded and receivers didn't wear gloves. The ball was barely spiraling. Defenses weren't even pretending to disguise coverages, so why will no one ever match it now? Because quarterbacks don't throw picks like that anymore. Elite corners don't get targeted. And when they do, it's once or twice a game. You'd have to be a shutdown corner and a ball hawk and play on a defense that forces a ton of throws. The closest modern example, Trevon Diggs with 11 in 2021, and he was getting torched on every other snap. You can't play risky enough to get 14 today and still keep your job. Night Train's record belongs to a different world. Most career receiving yards, 22,895, Jerry Rice.
That boy Jerry. There goes Jerry. Jerry Rice, you know that boy had to be on the list, man. Let's keep going. Let's see what he got. 22,895. All right now. 22,000. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said 100. 22,895 career receiving yards. Jerry was a bad man, y'all. He was a very bad man. And if he ain't up there in your top 5 in your discussion for best receivers to ever play the game, I don't know what sport you've been watching. Just got to say that. I got to pay homage. This ain't the NBA. I got to pay homage to some of these old school players.
Rice. Let's just say it. This one's never being touched. Jerry Rice didn't just break the record. He sent it into orbit. 22,895 receiving yards. That's over 13.
Picture the average, y'all. Let's say if somebody did play 23 years in the NFL, they would have to average 1,000 yards per year for 23 years straight to beat his record. I'm just rounding up. Obviously, they could average 1,000 for 22 years and then just get 896 in their last year and break this record. But who do you think is going to play 23 years? You got to add in some years where you at least getting 2,000 yards a season. You got to, if you want to cut that shit in half, just even come close. Bruh, NFL record receptions, NFL record yards, NFL record touchdowns. Like, bruh, Jerry was a... You mean y'all better go back and look at them San Francisco years, man. That boy wasn't no joke, and he had somebody else that came behind him too. Jerry was that dude, bro. He was that dude.
15 miles of catching footballs. To put that in perspective, if a current receiver had 1,500 yards every year for 15 straight seasons, they'd still fall short. No one has that combination of talent, health, and insane work ethic anymore. Rice played for 20 years. At age 40, he had 800 plus yards. At age 41, he was still running routes crisper than half the league. This isn't just a football record. It's a test of time.
So for all y'all people out there, and I wanted to make sure I got to this point with Jerry Rice because a lot of people don't know this. Jerry Rice played football, all right? One of the most contact sports on the planet. For all y'all people that keep coming and criticizing my boy LeBron, the GOAT James, saying that he owns something, he taking this because ain't nobody able to play that long. I'm trying to tell you, you probably ain't got a little melanin in your system. And for y'all that do got some melanin in your system, you don't know what the fuck you capable of. You don't know. We done had players that have been late in age that dominated sports, regardless whether it's from football, basketball, boxing, to whatever the hell else you want to say. age ain't nothing but what your mind think it is when you that great of an athlete. Because when you that good, you can play with the best. You can compete with the best. It don't matter how old you is. And Jerry proved that. So all y'all people that saying somebody that's 40, we put Tom Brady up on a pedestal. He's 40-something years old when he won. No, you don't think LeBron and all these other folks did that too? This ain't the first time, and it ain't gonna be the last, y'all. It ain't gonna be the last. The level of athlete is getting better and better and better. Medicine is getting better. We gotta stop criticizing folks because they playing later into their career, talking about their stat pad and all. If you got the ability to play, you'll play. Because if you don't, most people want to go out on their own terms when it comes to these leagues. Most people want to leave the league and leave the sport on their terms. That's what they want. A lot of people don't get the opportunity. The game will pass them by. There's so many coaches that couldn't adjust to what the league was. They got put out. You can't compete with these folks anymore. A lot of players, the exact same thing. The people that can stay in the league and keep playing at that age, bro, that's something to marvel at, man. You don't get to see that often, man. My boy Jive said, you probably don't have melanin in your system. Tell them, man. They ain't got no melanin in their system. They saying that nonsense, bro. We athletes out here, but let's keep going, though.
Genetics and obsession. Megatron retired early. Julio got hurt. Hopkins fell off. But Rice, he just kept going and going and going. You don't catch Jerry Rice. You admire him from 10,000 yards behind. Most consecutive games with a reception. 274, also Jerry Rice. This record is the football version of never missed a day. 274 straight games with a catch. That's 17 full seasons without a single off day, injury gap, or goose egg. It's not just about skill. It's about durability, consistency, and never being irrelevant in a game plan. Even when he was the WR3, even when the team was stacked, even in garbage time, Rice got his. In today's NFL, players rest more. They sit out more. Offensive schemes rotate more. There's always a game where the top WR gets blanketed, or they're decoyed, or they miss a week with a sore hamstring. But Jerry? He never had those days. He was always open. To break this, you'd need a receiver who never misses a snap, never gets shut out, and plays until they're 40. In other words, you'd need Jerry Rice again. Most career passing yards, 89,214, Tom Brady. Brady didn't just beat.
And that's for all my Brady lovers. I want y'all to also understand, because y'all probably is some LeBron haters. You can call this a longevity award, or you can call this I did it award, and you can't do it too. Don't disrespect what somebody done did in the game, and don't try to put on how many times, how many games they played, and how long they played. Because they don't put it on Tom, don't put it on Bron. Shout out to Tom Brady for getting it, even though he cheated. Cheated a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, cheated a little bit along the way, but you can't put that on LeBron. But see, my boy No Josh said, wait, we still talking about Jerry Rice? Yeah, that boy had another record. Had to add another record. But we jumping over to Tommy, though. We got Tommy, man. Most passing yards in a career. Let's get it.
The passing record. He moonwalked over it with avocado toast in one hand and 7 rings in the other. He passed Breeze, then passed Peyton, then passed Logic. 89,214 yards is video game stuff. He played for 23 seasons. He took a whole Hall of Fame career and added another one on top of it. To break this, a quarterback would have to start at 22, never miss a season, average 4,500 yards every year, and somehow still be elite at 44. No one's doing that. Not Mahomes, not Burrow, not Josh Allen. Brady's passing yards record is the NFL's Mount Everest, and the oxygen's thin up there.
Hey, look, don't disrespect my boy Patty Mahomes, man. That's GOAT Mahomes right there. Now, if he get a Randy Moss on his team to explode his yards per 1 year or 2 years, he can definitely catch that shit. Because I see Pat Mahomes playing till he probably about 45 if he feel like it. But look, man, that's almost an insurmountable record right there. You gotta get Tom his props, and I feel you on that job, because that's what they used to say all the time, man. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying hard enough. Like, I think that's a cheater's mindset. But hey, look, I feel you on it at the end of the day, because you're trying to win. But he got wins too. Tom Brady too, back to back. Let's see how many wins he got. 251. Okay, talk about it.
Career wins as a QB, 251. Also Brady. This isn't just a good stat, it's sickening. 251 wins. That means double-digit wins for 25 straight years. and he only played for 23. This is where Brady separates himself from everyone else. He wasn't just great, he was great forever. Think about how hard it is to win 10 games in one season. Now imagine doing that every year without fail, while half the league crumbles around you. Every quarterback has slumps, down years, coaching drama. Brady had all of that, and still won. To beat this, a quarterback would need 20 plus years of health, dominance, and help. And even then, they'd probably still fall short. Most career sacks, 200, Bruce Smith.
Hold on, man. We got to go back to that one. Go back to that last part he made. Then that last point he made. Let me say it one more time.
And help. And even then, they'd probably still fall short.
Mahomes is probably the only quarterback that we can see right now, because I know when Kenny had to leave his little, trolling comment, he said Pat Mahomes will never be close. He will be out of the league in 3 years. See, he's saying that, but one of the points that old buddy made is even having a down year, because that's what they've been saying Mahomes didn't have for the last 2 years. And in my honest opinion, it's not what Mahomes was at his greatest. So compared to his greatness, it was a down year. But he still only lost 3 games. That's the only kid in the league right now that can possibly break this record. And I believe as long as he's around, that record's in jeopardy. But he's the only one that I think is in competition to possibly break it. So take that for what you want. But that record could get got. That record could get got by my homie. Let's see what we got, though. We got career sacks. Let's see what, 200? Damn, that's a lot. How many years he played?
Career sacks, 200, Bruce Smith. This is a record that even the best edge rushers today might only reach if they clone themselves. Bruce Smith was a technician, a machine. He played for 19 years and never slowed down. The closest active player is Von Miller, and he's still 40 sacks away. That's how far...
Hold on. Let him say that part again.
That even the best edge rushers today might only reach if they clone themselves. Bruce Smith was a technician, a machine. He played for 19 years and never slowed down. The closest active player is Von Miller, and he's still 40 sacks away.
Hold up, y'all. I just got to do it.
That ain't right. It ain't right.
Von Miller is the closest, and he 40 sacks away. Damn. Shout out to this top. I ain't gonna say it, man. We got that military cut. Either way, though, man. Let's go ahead and keep going, bro. That's crazy. 40 away, Von Miller the closest. Bruh, it might not happen.
That's how far away this record is. You'd need double-digit sacks per year, no missed seasons, no injury dips, no slow exits. And even then, it'd be close. Bruce Smith didn't just pass Reggie White. He passed the blueprint. Now, it's just him. Alone at the top of Sack Mountain. Most kickoff return touchdowns in a career. 10. Josh Cribbs and Leon Washington. Kick returns used to be electric. You'd see someone catch the ball 5...
How many of y'all thought Devin Hester was going to be on the list? How many of y'all thought Devin Hester would be on the list? I did. Either way, though, say them names again, bro. Kick returns. Because, eventually they're just going to stop kicking you the ball. And with the way the NFL is set up now, if they kick it, actually, it's easier now. I would argue that it would be easier for a receiver or returner to actually break this record. Because the way they kick, you can't run until the dude catch the ball. Then everybody else can run. So, hey, we'll see, man. Let's see whose name's on that list again.
Most kickoff return touchdowns in a career. 10. Josh Cribbs and Leon Washington. Kick returns used to be electric. You'd see someone catch the ball 5 yards deep in the end zone, sprint full speed into 11 human wrecking balls, and somehow score. Guys like Josh Cribbs and Devin Hester made it art. But now, kickoff returns are basically gone. With the new kickoff rules, touchbacks encouraged, wedge blocks banned, and returns designed to be rare. Nobody's getting enough chances. You can be the fastest man alive, but if the ball's sailing out the back of the end zone every time, it doesn't matter. This record didn't just age, it got retired by the league. You can tie it, but breaking it? Only if the NFL starts kickoffs from the 10-yard line again, which won't happen.
I ain't gonna hold it, man. I can kind of agree with that statement. I can kind of agree with that one. But man, look, once they figure out that you one of them dudes and you're a one hit wonder, you can just catch that thing and go to the house. They gonna just kick it out the end zone. Look, they getting soccer players to come kick for them now, dude. These dudes are kicking in the 4th grade, bro. They trained up. These dudes got legs on them, man. They know how to kick that ball at the right angle. And this comes from somebody who used to kick for my team. Like, I can kick pretty far, and I ain't never had no motherfucking training in kicking. These dudes liable to be able to kick a ball from the fucking 35-yard line and put it through the upright. Like, they kick that hard. They kick that accurate now. So I'm like, I ain't gonna hold him, man. Shout out to Justin Tucker, but even though he got retired, we got to give it to my boy Buckner over there at Kansas City. You know, we holding it down. Yeah, y'all don't be hating. But let's see what the next record is. Let's see.
Most fair catches in a game, 7.
Fair catches? Fair catches? All right, yeah, I got to hear this one. Yeah, I didn't think something like this would make the list, but most fair catches. Okay, I want to hear this one.
Most fair catches in a game, 7. Multiple players. This one's hilarious because it only exists due to sheer absurdity. You have to imagine a punter having the game of his life, just bombing balls into the sky while the returner stands there like, yup, fair catch, again, 7 times. Today, that number is nearly unbreakable because teams don't punt that much anymore. And when they do, most returners let it bounce. To tie this record, your offense would need to be trash. Your punter would need to be elite, and the other team's gunners would have to be coming in like heat-seeking missiles. To break it, you'd need a time machine, a coaching staff with no 4th down confidence, and a punt returner with nerves of steel. Most touches in a season.
Nah, we got to ponder on that one. I agree with him on that one. I agree with them on that because I don't know if a lot of people have been paying attention to the NFL in recent years, but going for it on 4th down is actually up. The percentage that teams go for it on 4th is up a lot more than what it used to be. It used to be like 4th and 3, and it's automatic punt. Now 4th and 3, you better watch out, especially if you're playing a team like the Lions, because you know they like to do a lot of trickery. They'll fake punt on your ass, or they'll just line straight up and say, "Nah, we about to get this. Let it be the Eagles. 4th and 1. We about to do the touch push." That's why the NFL trying to take that shit out the game right now because they can't stop it, bro. Like a lot of these teams, I agree. A lot of these teams are not punting the ball like that. So that record might actually be one of. You can put that up there in the top 5 of unbreakable records. It probably ain't gonna happen again, even though I don't know who you give it to. Like, give it to the top. He said 7 people, and I'm like, do you give it to the punter? Yeah, I guess you got to give it to the punter, man. You can't give it to the guy that caught it and called fair catch. You got to give it to the punter for actually being able to sky that ball all the way down that field. With dude was like, nah, bro, I can't do nothing with that. Let's rock.
Most touches in a season, 492, James Wilder. James Wilder is the forgotten workhorse. In 1984, the Bucks gave him the ball 492 times. That's carries and receptions. Today, no team would let this happen. The medical staff would file a lawsuit. To match that now, a running back would need 29 touches per game for 17 games with no injuries, all while still being productive enough to stay on the field. It's not happening. In the modern NFL, running backs are treated like rental cars. Use them just enough, then move on. No one's getting near 500 touches again. That's not just unbreakable. It's borderline unethical. If you enjoyed this, I'm gonna...
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, man. That could possibly be unethical. But, yeah, I can see it because people would call that shit out, bro. People would call that out and be like, man, nah, bro, you ain't gonna just run the ball down our throat all game, just keep giving this dude the ball, throwing it to him in the slot, coming out the side. We ain't finna be doing that. So I can see what he's talking about. Shut up, stop playing, bro. Fuck that shit clicking for. But yeah, I can see that. I can possibly see that. I don't want to say I agree with it, but I could possibly see it, man. But I'm really trying. I'm trying to think over here myself, y'all. What record is it that could possibly be broken? Because there's a few of them I think you can pick from. The receiving yards in a single game, I don't think you're going to get that. Receiving yards in a career, I don't think you're going to get that. Sacks, Possibly, maybe, but it's still gonna be really, really hard to get that because like dudes be getting max pay deals off of just getting 10 in the season. Like to get up there to 20 something, like bro, that's gonna be crazy. The fair catching, nope, your offense suck a lot and y'all don't go for it on fourth down, but that might be up there with one of the ones that ain't gonna never get broken. I don't know, man. Like that's gonna be maybe receiving touchdowns by a receiver. Cause we gonna get to the point where that's just like a red zone receiver, y'all. We're gonna get to the point possibly where there's a dude that's like he can catch intermediates and all that woo stuff, but he's really like a red zone specialist. Like y'all within 10 yards of the end zone, man. Look, the dude's big, strong, he can jump. You're just gonna hit that boy. Bing, 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 tackle his ass. Like just put that bitch close to him, he'll catch it. And a lot of these records seem like they might not be broken, but I'm gonna have to go back through it again and see exactly who got a record that might possibly be on the table, y'all. Because I'm not technically sure on this one, y'all. I ain't even gonna bullshit with you, but I am gonna give y'all one more video before we get up out of here. Because y'all know what time it is, man. We gotta at least make this shit last a little bit, man. I gotta get y'all some fucking time. But man, look, I got to shout out to the Dark Times, man. I got to shout out to the Dark Times because we just had an NBA draft, and there was a lot of nice talent that came out of that draft. But there was one storyline that a lot of people kept talking about, and I didn't understand why there was so much adversity and animosity and drama surrounding this player, but they wanted to keep talking about him. And if y'all don't know the player that I'm speaking of, I'm speaking to Ace Bailey, y'all. Ace Bailey, a player out of Rutgers. And there was a big conversation about how dare he not work out for a team, for any team. How dare he try to determine where he goes? He's a young kid coming in and trying to make these billionaires do what he wants them to do, the audacity and all this woo stuff. And then they're talking about him not reporting to camp and all this stuff when he had time to stuff. It was just a lot of drama going on around this kid. Well, we're gonna have a quick little conversation. Shout out to the Dark Times on this one. I'm gonna let him break it down and tell you what it is. And after that, man, we're gonna have a quick conversation. We're gonna get the hell up out of here, man, because it's still storming out here. I need to go check on my dog because he outside. But either way, though, man, let's see what we got. Dark Times, run that thing. Run that thing.
How did you let the game come to you?
Just confidence. Stop thinking so hard. I mean, first NBA game yesterday, got my feet wet, but got to see how I feel. But this game was just confidence. I mean, just had the confidence, just be Ace Bailey, who I am.
Pressure. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention.
Well, now tune in to the Dark Times channel. And so here we go again, back with another one. Welcome back to the Dark Times channel. And we got to talk about Ace Bailey. Because after a quiet debut, and a lot of people were questioning his debut, his summer league debut, in which you could tell he had the jitters a little bit.
That's my vet. I mean, he tell me just be comfortable. Saying him being comfortable doing what he doing, me just following him.
You always thrive off energy. That's something you've told me.
Oh, y'all, let me go ahead and stop right here and make this go ahead. I'm make my prediction right now because out of the draft, a lot of people are automatically ordaining Cooper Flagg is the best player out of the draft. I think Cooper won't even be the fourth or the fifth best player out of this draft. I believe Ace Bailey has a good argument to be the best player out of this draft class. I believe this is one of the best draft classes that we've had in years going into the NBA. But I believe Ace Bailey will be one of those top players, if not the top player. Now, Uncanny's coming in to troll me, y'all, so y'all get ready. We got Uncanny.
What's up, Jay?
What's going on, man?
I seen a lot of NFL records. What's the subject tonight?
Yeah. We saw some. Go ahead and talk about the ones that Tom Brady got. Go ahead.
Well, the one that will never, ever, ever be broken is the 7
Which one?
rings.
You think so?
Yup.
How many years did he play? Was it 22 or 23?
It's 22.
No, was it 24? Or was it 24? Was it 24?
It was. He been playing since 2000 to like 2023.
Hey, check this. Hold up. I'm not asking you. I'm about to ask Google real quick. Like, how many years did Tom Brady play in the NFL? 23 seasons. All right, it's 23.
Okay.
All right, keep going with your point. Keep going. I'm listening.
It will never be broken. That's 7
Why you
rings.
think? Why you think that though?
Because my homie will never do it.
Well, you got to remember, Tom Brady sat behind. Who did Tom Brady sit behind his first seasons in the NFL?
He sat behind Drew Bledsoe for a year.
It was just 1 year.
1 year and a quarter. Like, cause remember
1 year and a quarter. Right.
In the beginning of
Yeah, because when Bledsoe got hurt, right?
which
All right.
I still got to send those Jet players a gift basket. You know.
Ooh, okay, he ain't playing with y'all. He ain't playing with y'all tonight. Y'all better watch out. Watch out now.
The greatest of all time. You know what I mean? Thanks to Mo
Well-
Lewis and hitting Drew Bledsoe. I mean, it was unfortunate, but still, you know.
Well, I'll tell you this. We know for the first, what would you say, the first 3 Super Bowls that he got, it was defensive led.
He still scored points.
I feel you on that, but would we say it was defensive led?
Tom Brady led field goal drive to
I'm just saying though, we say that the Patriots that won those first 3 were more of a, like, their best side of the ball was probably their defense. Will we say that?
wasn't in that second. No, it wasn't in that second Super Bowl. That second Super Bowl was like 32 to 29. They scored really high.
Okay. Well, let me switch it up. Out of his first 3 Super Bowls, majority of those Super Bowls were won because of the defense. Can we agree on that?
No, because remember he had to drive down the field on 2 of those to get field goal range to hit a field goal and win the game.
How did he get the opportunity?
Well, in the Carolina game, is because the kicker kicked it out of bounds, and so they had a lot of yardage. So blame the
Defense?
No defense, man. There was no deep. What are you talking about? They gave up 17 straight points in the Rams Super Bowl. They gave up 29 points, and they gave up 21 unanswered points against the Eagles. So the defense started collapsing, and Tom Brady just finished the game, man.
Okay, so you just gonna give all 7 of them to Tom?
They all belong to Tom.
All right. Well, here you go. I ain't even gonna argue down on it. I'm gonna let you just have that one because I know you need that. You gotta get through the rest of that work schedule. So I don't want to have you in there mad throwing burritos in people's faces and shit. So I'm just let you have that one. I ain't gonna tell you no truth right now. I'm let you live in your truth.
I'm always gonna live in my truth. The truth is that Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. Top 5.
Well, I do need to ask you what it tastes like.
I'll never fall for that again. So, like the top 5, the top five NFL players of all time. Not in order. Tom Brady,
Mm-hmm.
prime time. Always got to put prime time in there.
Okay.
Jerry Rice.
Okay.
And I mean, you could put. I mean, Barry Sanders was nice. I'm gonna put Barry Sanders in there. Shout out to Rob. Rob, if you watch this, I'm shouting out your running back who retired and on top. Nobody could touch him. And I guess we would put in like, well, players I watched. Got to put in Ray Lewis. That's 5.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Ray Lewis. Yeah, that's 5. That's 5.
I put in Ed Reed. You know, I put in.
You can't put in now. You're getting too many. You said top 5.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I'll throw in some players.
Honorable mentions. I got you.
Honorable mentions, you know, I'll throw in some players. Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, you know, all these other players. But never, ever in life, will Patrick Mahomes be anywhere in the top 20 of my list. My list only. I'm talking about my list.
Well, look, if you want, you can be biased, man. Everybody, that's the whole point of it being your list. You can be biased about it. That's fine. Because if you ask anybody through the first 7 years of their career, who are the top players at the quarterback position? Because we really need to start breaking this shit down by position and stop just saying players. Because, you know, Like, dude, there's been some running backs and wide receivers that are just completely fucking way more athletic and a better impact on the game than some of these quarterbacks. And defensive players on the side of the ball can disrupt the game like no other. We just put quarterbacks on the top because we like points. But if we broke it down by position, man, look, you got to admit, through the first 7 seasons of their career, man, Pat Mahomes has it, bro. It's 3 chips, 5 Super Bowl appearances, 7 AFC championship appearances. Damn. It's like, damn. Like, come on, Kenny, damn.
I mean, somebody else did it for like.
Nah. They ain't do it in them first 7.
Somebody had to face against Peyton Manning. And
Oh, we had look. We had to go against that guy that had to face Peyton Manning, didn't we?
and he whooped y'all ass every time.
Nah, the defense actually did that. That last Super Bowl was all defense.
The defense whooped y'all, or he dropped 31 points on y'all ass. Oh,
It was the defense because it should have been look, same thing like the last Super Bowl that we just watched. It was a defense. The defense destroyed the offensive line. It wasn't a you get out there and you get your throws and I get out there and get my throws and we both got protection. It was like, no, your line is decimated and they're hurt and our boys are hungry and they coming for you. And that's what they did. Remember you talked about that white boy that ain't never did nothing all season long. Got a 6 in the Super Bowl. No, because that defense at 7 was on his head. Same thing with
you talking about white boy swag. I know you talking about.
I know.
You talking about pick six, and I'm gonna call him from ever because he the first touchdown that your boy threw in that Super Bowl.
Hey, look, you got to get Great White Hope. I ain't gonna hold it. We all watch it. I had to watch it. I had to sit there and I had to take it like a man. But it is what it is.
He caught that. He was running. I bet you got so much play that night, man. Philly love him. And
He probably got some. He probably got topped off a couple times.
A couple.
I mean, he can't go all night. Goddamn, the motherfucker know he was trying to party.
For him, they're standing in line for him. Best believe it.
Man, look, he gonna be the next one on the Diddy trial.
White boy swag. That's what I call him. I love him. I love him. I remember when he caught it. I was like, please go in, and he did. And I was like, oh, yeah.
I swear, man, look, and the sad part, that's the craziest thing. Out of all the games during that season, that was the one that came through for you. It was a long time coming. You needed that, bro. You needed that one right now.
But the fashion that it happened too was also great because it was like dominance. You know, like CJ showed last night. Dominant performance. Oh, the Eagles. If it was NFL last night, I would have been like, oh yeah, the 2024 Eagles were dominant all through the season. Especially
we ain't gonna say they were dominant all through the season. We ain't gonna say that. They got beat by the Commanders twice.
They didn't get beat by the Commanders. They lost one time. That's when Jalen Hurts went down. And if you really want to call it, they were dominant the whole season, especially the Super Bowl. Super Bowl was easy work for them. It was easy, man.
Man, look, I ain't gonna knock it. I don't want to take away nothing from the Eagles, even though I'm gonna say, like, you know, when you go up against a weaker conference or weaker division, you ain't got to go through all these juggernauts to get to the Super Bowl. I feel you, man. Your team didn't get decimated. Y'all was good. Y'all stayed healthy, and y'all executed y'all game plan. Y'all got y'all one. Congratulations. Y'all got y'all get back. And we got a whole nother season to go. We gonna see what happens this season coming up. But now you gotta give it to him, man. Look, and I like Jalen Hurts, man. I told you I'm an University of Alabama fan my whole life. So it's kind of hard to root against Jalen besides that ugly ass chick that he about to marry. But outside of that, man, he my boy. I fuck with him.
Listen, man, that ass whooping was so bad. They whooped y'all. They whooped y'all twice. It's really 2-1 right now. Be honest. They whooped y'all that bad, bro. They stomped y'all. They stomped
I wouldn't say
dynasty, bro. They destroyed y'all dynasty. They dynasty killers, man. They Randy Orton out here.
I just don't understand. I still got to ask you this. I just don't understand how a team wins 2 championships back to back and then loses the 3rd one, which means they got to the Super Bowl 3 times. They won twice, they lost 1, and somehow their dynasty is over because they lost 1 time.
in fashion. The way y'all lost, y'all ain't recovering from that.
Well, if that's the case, then Chicago Bears ain't never had a dynasty.
They might never. Who knows?
Well, all right.
Before I go, I just want to shout out to Jalen RKO, Randy Orton, Hurts. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout him out, man. Him and his Philadelphia Eagles, man. Oh, it was so beautiful. You know what? I'd rather them go back to back just to do it again. Like if I could have something again, just stomp them even harder this time. 56-10 type shit. You know what I mean?
What if they win against another team? Like what if the Chiefs don't get out the AFC? You still gonna root for him?
I don't care.
What if it's Joe Burrow?
Well, Joe Burrow ain't gonna get stomped like that.
I'm just saying though, if Joe, the Bengals play the Eagles, you gonna root for the Eagles?
No, hopefully the Bengals get their first championship.
Okay,
man.
so what if they play the Bills? The Eagles play the Bills. Would you root for the Bills or the Eagles?
I would never want that to happen. I already told you, man. I don't want the NFC East to sweep the Bills in Super Bowls, man. The Eagles are the only team left. They got beat by the Redskins. I'm sorry, the Commanders. They got beat by the Giants. They got beat by the Cowboys. All left is the Eagles to beat them, and then the Bills get swept by the NFC East.
All right, then what about the Ravens? Lamar get his first one. Would you root for Lamar if he played against the Eagles in the Super Bowl?
Hell yeah, but never for Patrick Mahomes. Nope.
All right, so he goes. I just wanted to. I just wanted to make sure. Everybody understood this.
I don't give a shit who they play in the playoffs. If whoever play, it doesn't matter if they play the Browns. I hope the Browns beat them.
All right, I just wanted to make sure. I just want to get that clarified for everybody, just so y'all know he has a deep-seated hatred for the Chiefs. I don't know if it's because of me or if it's because of Alexis, but I know it is there.
Oh, it ain't because of Alexis. Jesus Christ. If I knew that.
Dark thoughts about to come out.
No, if I knew she was that passionate, I would have never said nothing the whole year. But it was you.
Well, guess what? She's more passionate than me.
Yeah, but it's you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you just want to see me lose, man. See, and look, when you doing something right out here, y'all, they want to see you fall, bro. They want to see you fall.
Only in sports, see that? Man. Not in life. I never.
Well, sports are part of my life.
Anyways, I'm gonna let you go. NFL records that will never be broken. Well, I think they probably will break that 7 Super Bowl rings one.
Yeah, my homie.
Well, not him. Somebody future, you know.
We coming for one. We coming for one this year. You're gonna add number 4 on the list.
So,
Kenny, if we do win that, I might have to fly out there and come see you and Lena. We win number 4. I'm just gonna come out there and see y'all, man. We hang out for a day or two.
So is the bet on?
Nah, not yet. Not yet.
God, all right. Never mind. I'll let you go.
Y'all get back in there and get to work, man. Get back in there and get to work. Over here, topping Tom Brady off like it's a Thursday or some shit. It's Tuesday, y'all. It's Amazon Day. But either way, though, back to Ace Bailey. We have got our weekly Uncanny Trolling session out the way. Let's keep going.
What was the energy like in this building tonight?
Oh, yeah, it was heavy. I mean, from the MVP chant just for Bryce, from just everybody loud on the free throws. I loved it.
Ace, did you have fun out there tonight?
I had very fun. I had a lot of fun.
In his second game, Ace Bailey bounced back.
3 off the wing. Good look. Rebound. Nicely done. Ace. Step back, Jay. British shot by Sanogo.
Great see.
Cross-court pass. Catch and shoot. Straight away 3. Short. Rebound. In traffic. Ace.
And Ace Bailey looked like he was the most naturally gifted athlete on the floor. And the real surprise, and what a lot of people were talking about, was Ace Bailey's height and how tall he looked. Ace Bailey is listed at 6'8", but standing next to some of those guys that were 6'10" and 6'11", Bailey looked like he was towering over him. And so Ace Bailey looks like he could be a legit 6'10" right now, maybe even 6'11" in shoes. And even some of the commentators were second guessing his listed height. And so one of the reasons why a lot of people, including myself, thought Ace Bailey should have been in the running for the number 1 overall pick is because of his rare combination of size. You're talking about somebody that looks like they're a legit 6'10", and he has guard-like skills. And the scary part about it is he's just getting started. He's just scratching the surface. He's got the confidence, he's got the motor, and that's what separates good prospects from future stars. And so we're looking at a star in the making. And I can't remember the last time I really paid attention to the Utah Jazz, but the Utah Jazz looks like they're going to be one of those teams. And they got a lot of talent up and down that roster, a lot of young talent up and down that roster. And then, of course, they got Lauri Markkanen. He's a good building piece. I think a lot of teams are going to be looking at probably trading for him throughout the year. And so we're going to see how that transpires. But like I said, Utah is one of those teams that a lot of people are going to be paying attention to. The Utah Jazz, by my estimations, really haven't been relevant since Carlos Boozer and the likes of Darren Williams. But outside of that, it's been a while. And so I'm happy for Utah. I'm happy for the fans in Utah. They finally got a star in Ace Bailey because he's looking like one of those guys.
Kevin, this is slightly off topic, but you recently announced Nike's NIL class in college, and one of those kids, Ace Bailey, gets compared to you all the time when you were a prospect. I'm curious, watch them play, watch this tape, and one, what do you think, and do you think those comparisons are valid?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Ace is a pure talent. Being able to shoot the ball with that type of touch from anywhere is insane. The shots that he can make over multiple people at that length. It's incredible to watch him and his teammate, Dylan Harper, playing some great ball. They're one of my favorite teams to watch. But I see some of my game at Ace. I think he, as far as the mid-range game, he's probably a little bit more advanced than I was at that age. But he's a problem. I can't wait to see his career grow.
And so I think you're probably going to have at least 3 teams that are going to regret not drafting Ace Bailey. And you're probably going to even have some teams that regret not trading up to get Ace Bailey, because sitting there at number 5, I think Utah probably would have done a deal with the likes of a Washington or a team like that. And it's been reported that's where he wanted to go anyway. So had a team like that traded up for him, I think they could have had him. And I think you're going to have a lot of teams regret not getting him. And something about Ace Bailey that a lot of people don't realize, I know a lot of people question his decision going to Rutgers, and then the fact that he didn't win at Rutgers.
They went 15 and 17 at Rutgers.
Yeah.
The last 2 great talents that played on losing teams in the NCAA that I can recall. Ben Simmons, and they didn't even have a losing record. They were 19 and 14 at LSU, but felt like they underachieved, didn't make the tournament. That, and then this, he is getting some horrific advice. Like, they haven't paid any visit. They haven't gone to visit any teams. And you are demanding that the Sixers promise to draft. Why? Like, why? That is ridiculous. And so he's getting terrible advice. He didn't win in college. We know college isn't what it used to be because so many guys are in the NBA now who are that age. So the red flags are, he looks like from right now, and again, I'm not putting this out there on him, but right now it just looks like he may not. What I see now, I don't see a guy that's going to maximize or reach his potential.
Somebody make that statement right there by my boy Chris Broussard. And I like Chris Broussard, but make this statement make sense when you say, I'm not putting it out there, but
it's like he may not. What I see now, I don't see a guy that's going to maximize or reach.
But you not putting it out there, but this is what you see. Chris, you did it too. And I love first things first. Like I like them boys. I like everybody that's on that Kevin Wiles, Nick Wright, Chris Broussard. I love them dudes, man. That's a show that I want to watch. But even when I heard that from Chris, I'm like, Chris, come on now, bro. That didn't even make no damn sense. You're going to say, I don't want to be the one to put this out there, but then go to put it out there. This kid got a lot of negative press put around him because he had the audacity to say that he didn't want to work out for certain teams or no teams at all. It's like, just draft me. They took offense to that. And we seem to be in that era. We just went through an NFL draft where it's like, how dare these players have the audacity to know their talent and know what they can provide to a team? How dare they? They go through the same rat race. Like, these are the same people that will walk in the room and say, I'm not going to be treated like the average motherfucker around here. I know what the fuck I done did. I'm a billionaire. I know what I did. I ain't been treated like the rest of y'all. But they got a problem with a kid that's excelled at what he does. They excelled in business or whatever it was. He excelled in this sport that he's playing, and he has the same mindset and the same drive and like vigor in him that they have. But it's disrespect. Now, I think it's just disrespect coming from people that don't have that in them. Let's keep going.
his potential.
So here's why I find it legitimately concerning.
It's hard to win in college, especially these days. You got a lot of 24, 25-year-olds in college these days. And then on top of that, he went to a Rutgers. Had an Ace Bailey going to a team like Duke, he would have looked a whole hell of a lot better. Even though he looked really good at times, I think his numbers would have been even better playing for a team like Duke, a team in which you really can't just double team Ace Bailey. Because playing at Rutgers, he was the offense. He was the guy. And so you got teams gearing up just to stop him. It was him and Dylan Harper for the most part. And so I think he would have looked even better playing at Duke. But he didn't go to Duke. He elected not to. He could have gone. But that lets me know something about Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey doesn't like to necessarily take the easy route. Could have went and worked out for Philadelphia. Could have went and worked out for the Spurs and all the other teams that wanted.
And I want y'all to understand that point that he just made, because a lot of people criticize Kevin Durant for going to Golden State. A lot of people criticize LeBron James for going down to Miami. This kid went to Rutgers when he could have went to all the prestigious top teams in college basketball. And when it came to being drafted, he said he didn't want to go to a team. He wanted to go to a team that was building, like the Washington Wizards, the Charlotte Hornets and shit. He wanted to go to a sorry team so he could help build it. They criticized him for it. So I want people to truly understand this all the way around, full circle. They're going to criticize you no matter what you do. If you go and take the easy route, they're going to criticize you. If you take the hard route, they're going to criticize you. Do what's best for you. Stop letting all these people on the outside. I want y'all to truly understand that they criticize LeBron James for fulfilling his contract obligation with Cleveland and going to Miami. He chasing rings. He building teams. This kid chooses not to go to one of those teams that had Cooper Flag and all these other people on it. Oh, he's a little selfish and stuff. Right? What the? You can't win, bro. Do what's best for you. Put yourself in the best possible position to succeed at whatever you're doing in life, and fuck what everybody else says. Fuck what they say, because haters gonna always hate. They gotta find something to talk about. Let's finish this out.
Him to work out, but he didn't. He wanted to go where he wanted to go. And I'm pretty sure him and his camp knew the criticism that he was going to face, but he didn't care. That lets me know a lot about an individual's character when you do what you want to do and don't necessarily do what everybody is expecting you to do. You got to respect that, especially in this day and age, especially if you're willing to give up the money. We're talking about $5 million difference between the contract versus the number 5 pick or the number 3, 2, or 4 pick. And so he put his money where his mouth is. And so you got to respect that. And he's looking like he might be the steal of the draft. And he might be still growing, literally and figuratively. And so the first Summer League action that we had is going to wrap up here pretty soon. I believe it wraps up tonight in Salt Lake City. But as we all know, the real Summer League doesn't start until they get to Vegas. And that's the one most people are going to be tuned in to see. And so we're going to see how he performs for the rest of the Summer League. But I'm looking forward to seeing Ace Bailey as well as some of the other prospects. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys go and hit that like button for me. And make sure you...
Hey man, y'all make sure y'all go support Dark Times, man. Dark Times, man. He do good content. I fuck with his content. I watch his shit. I like to get hip and get up to speed with what's going on around the league. But shout out to that boy Ace Bailey, man. I wanna end off on here tonight with saying what I just said a second ago. Do what you truly believe in. Don't mind what other people say about you. I truly believe in that. Even when it comes to when I talk about people in relationships and people outside of relationships and all that stuff, you can always do what you want to do, and I advocate for you to do what you want to do. Just don't complain with the results at the end of the game, at the end of the road. Don't complain with it. But please don't be out here trying to be no people pleaser, just doing what everybody wants you to do, y'all. Carve your own path, man. Carve your own path. Everybody ain't got to be cookie cutter. We got enough cookie cutter people in society right now. As long as you ain't harming nobody and you on your mission and you doing the right thing, man, look, don't mind what other people say. I had a lot of people sitting around here telling me I'm wasting my time on YouTube and literally subscribe account now. So like, look, man, don't listen to these folks, man. It's always going to be somebody hating. We got a crab in the barrel mentality in this country and in this world. People want what you have and they want to stop you from getting something. Don't listen to him. Shout out to that boy, Ace Bailey. I'm going to say it again, man. I truly believe he will be the best prospect to come out of that draft class. But We'll see how it goes, man. I think they talked a lot of crap about him to keep promoting Cooper Flagg because they wanted him to go number one. Everybody always needs a great white hope. They did the same thing with Caitlin Clark. And I'm not knocking that because I like Caitlin Clark. But shout out to that boy. Shout out to that boy. And I promise you, you're going to have your eyes locked on Utah in the next coming years because a lot of the older guys like Steph and LeBron and KD, they going to slowly start trickling out of the league, bro. And these young cats, especially out of this draft, are going to start showing you who the fuck they are. And they're going to show you why they would. They're going to show you something. But I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight, man. I hope y'all hit that like, subscribe, share. Hope y'all turn the notice on. All that in the bag of chips, man. For real, for real. I appreciate everybody that really do come around here and support. But we're going to get the hell up out of here. I catch y'all on Thursday. We got cop videos coming up. And make sure y'all go to the J Talk Sports channel and subscribe. And hopefully my internet will be good next time we do this shit, man. I'll holler at y'all next time, man. Peace.
That's if they really find something.
They say I'm a big dog. I make all my niggas better. I feel like I'm Chris Paul. I serve all the purest cocaine. Don't need no fentanyl. He faking this persona for the bitches. Call him Rick Ross. While I fuck on your bitch right by the door. I told her get lost. I see cash up in my sleep like Trader Visionary. I keep sticks up on my side. Got more than the military. Got up in that pussy, leave it creamy, Ben and Jerry's. Take off like a jet, I'm feeling like I'm Jason Terry. Niggas hate it, but these bitches love the way I'm shining though. I might get 100 years if the police find a dope. Dreaming for my baby mama, cause I found a finer hoe.